So last month, my roommate Greg decided our shared fridge was becoming a food anarchy zone. You know, the typical mismatched Tupperware, 3 separate jars of salsa, and a bag of spinach that was now a science experiment. Greg's solution? Label everything for clarity. Honestly, it sounded reasonable. We each got a roll of masking tape and a Sharpie, and for a while, it worked. Sandwiches were safe, leftovers were respected, and nobody accidentally drank my coconut water. But then Greg started getting creative. Instead of just writing Greg's yogurt or Sam's soda, he began leaving cryptic notes. My lunch became mystery meat, not poison, and the butter was labeled definitely not soap. It was weird, but whatever, it kept things interesting. The situation escalated when Greg labeled the entire vegetable drawer regret. Still, we laughed it off, until one fateful evening when Steve opened the fridge to find a milk carton labeled simply, not Steve's. Steve, who up until this point had been the Switzerland of our apartment, stared at the milk for a solid minute. He closed the fridge, walked into his room, and has barely spoken to anyone since. We thought maybe he was just lactose intolerant and sensitive about it, but then we found out he'd been writing his name in invisible ink on the food as a countermeasure. A cold war of passive-aggressive labeling began. Might be Steve's. Definitely not Steve's, and, my favorite, not even milk. Now, the only time we see Steve is when he silently replenishes his own private mini-fridge, which he keeps padlocked under his desk. Greg asked if he wanted to talk it out, but Steve just glared and said, "I guess you could say. There's no use crying over labeled milk."